A lot of people seem to believe that 2017 was a very good year for platformers, or at least a very active year if nothing else. Yooka-Laylee was the one I looked forward to the most, which turned out to be a letdown. You know what this dude sounds like?
I wanna be an artist! Like Leonardo DiCaprio!
That's right!
That's Da Vinci, Gene.
No!
Then of course there was Super Mario Odyssey. I still don't have a Switch to play it on, so I can't really speak for this game. What I will say is that I got to play a demo at Best Buy for 10 minutes and it was pretty sweet. I couldn't figure out how to dive though, so that's a major problem. Then of course you had all those awesome 2D platformers that came out this year. Real awesome throwbacks to that magical golden age of video games, like Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back.
My head in your face!
Of course, there was one other 3D platformer in 2017. Way back in 2016, a friend of mine told me about this game called A Hat in Time. I ignored it at the time, being preoccupied with anticipation for Yooka-Laylee. But right at the end of 2017, I ended up getting it for Christmas. So, it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's fucking wonderful. It's fun. It's funny. It's good graphics. It's good music. It's...
Oh, hey, little chirper. They're recording right now, so no one's allowed in.
It's fucking JonTron, for fuck's sake. Like, whoa!
He's the fucking bird, people! The bird is JonTron.
In this game, you play as Hat Girl, this little girl who lost all of her phantom hourglasses to the vacuum of space. These things have the ability to manipulate space and time, so she needs them back so she can stop EA from making Battlefront 2. The main gimmick of the game is hats. Each hat gives you unique abilities which are imperative to your success. There are badges too, which are also very helpful. But maybe helpful is not what you want, so they give you a badge that makes you die in one hit. It's like they thought of everything. And speaking of thinking of everything, they have options which are specifically made for speedrunners. Wow, it's almost as if they actually know their audience. Although the game is very mission-based in that you choose a specific objective or act whenever you enter a level, the game has absolutely zero problem with letting you just run around and enjoy yourself. In fact, it practically encourages it. There are secrets and collectibles all over the place. There's these little gems, you got these strange relics, balls of yarn here, there, everywhere. Just go out there and grab it by the horns, just go. What, Mafia guy wants to race you for a timepiece? Fuck that guy. Just run out and go exploring. Box, crayon, cow. I'm a genius. As awesome as the hats are, that's not what impresses me the most. What I find most impressive is Hat Girl herself. If you were to remove her hat abilities from the game, she would still remain surprisingly adept. She can double jump, run up walls and jump off of them, dive through the air. It's fantastic. I've never ever had a problem with the controls either. It feels very refined and incredibly responsive. It's clear that so much fun was had making this game. There's funny little details everywhere. When you're sneaking around the movie studio, Hat Girl holds up her hand like a gun like James Bond, which is just mercilessly fucking adorable. You guys know me, I generally only play men games like Mario 64, but come on now, just look at that. Oh! It's very easy to see from where this game draws its influence. I can tell these guys are fans of Super Mario Sunshine. Look at this. Now Sunshine. See? Hell, there's even a Super Mario Sunshine mod for this game. Now that is fantastic. They even put in the fucking dumbass pachinko machine. On a much smaller note, I feel like this sound effect when you talk to this guy sounds very similar to one from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. This dude actually reminds me of this dude from Thousand Year Door, if I'm honest. If you listen to the music in the movie studio, it almost has a Metal Gear Solid 2 feel about it. As if it wasn't enough that this was already a stealth section. Holy shit, stealth sections. This game literally has fucking everything. Ugh, they'll never find me here. Even though this game is supposed to be following in the footsteps of the great 3D platformers of yesteryear, its identity is still very much its own. It has a personality that is entirely unique that I have not seen anywhere else. If you look at Yooka-Laylee, that game has a lot of personality, but it feels less like its own personality and more like a hackneyed take on the personality of the old Banjo games. I realize it's pretty much supposed to be a Banjo game, so that was kind of intentional, but the thing is, it felt more like it was forcing the Banjo personality into it when it could have had its own identity. A Hat in Time, in comparison, is entirely its own thing. Despite incorporating some ideas from games that preceded it, they've also added in enough of their own ideas into the mix, and the end result is something that feels very A Hat in Timey. In the words of Quentin Tarantino, I steal from every movie ever made. But of course, if you watch this dude's movies, you can still tell very easily that he made it. I've also applied this philosophy to my YouTube channel, and that's why I used to steal lines from Video Game Donkey.
But most importantly, and somehow you have to aim at shit with the Nintendo 64 controller. What the fuck is this?
The biggest problem is that it forces you to use the stupid ass Wii remote. Seriously, I hate this thing. A Hat in Time is a cute as heck 3D platformer featuring— Holy shit, what the fuck is that? Fuck.
We want to die. Yay!
Cute as heck 3D platformer.
Try not to use the P word, okay? Don't say P-E-C-K.
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
When a developer is making a game for a mature audience, anything is on the table. Drugs, sex, violence, Trevor, all that shit's great. But when it's the sole basis of the humor, it can get exhausting. When it's a family game, you have to be more clever about it, and you have to rely on other means of getting laughs out of the audience. A Hat in Time does this repeatedly and excellently. It's been a while since I played a game that gave me the compulsive urge to just smile, but this game managed to do the trick. And I'm very impressed by this because honestly, I generally don't consider myself to be a happy person. Everything about this game just evokes happiness and happy-related emotions, and it does this so well that I'm kinda hard-pressed to think of anything that I genuinely dislike about the game. If I was a complete asshole, I might say maybe that the game is too easy at times. But I'm not an asshole, so honestly the game is just perfect. The gameplay, the music, the presentation, everything just works beautifully. It's bursting with a whimsical, childlike imagination, but not in a way that alienates more mature audiences. It's an outstanding achievement, it's an immensely fun game, it's a shining example of a good indie game, and it only costs $30 US. Take that, Mario Odyssey, you and your fucking $60